Voice of Influencers.
Everyone knows me as Kyd, and yeah, I have 49.5 followers right now, and I live in London.
How did you get started with your Instagram, and what's your goal?
So, how I started my Instagram was I was with someone from my past that their brother had a girlfriend that was an Instagram model already, and she had a big following, and 3 years ago that following was huge. Like, she had like over 100,000 following. And basically from there I just asked her like, hey, do you mind if we can like, take some photos, because I really want to do what you're doing. Like, I contacted her. Like, my boyfriend at the time was like, you should just contact her, and I really didn't want to because it was kind of like, beggy, but like, you have to just kind of push yourself out there. And then eventually, it didn't really work out that route, so I started, contacting other photographers, putting myself out there. I didn't actually have good photos for photographers to see what I could do, so I started like, taking selfies and all that stuff. And eventually, Arsenic Magazine had a huge platform, and it had over 500,000 views on Snapchat, and they asked me, would you want to like collaborate with us, go on the Snapchat, your personality is quite cool, whatever, like just do your thing. I was like, yeah, okay, like whatever. Actually, no, that's not how it happened. I messaged them, I DM'd them, sending them a photo of me. I was like, I want to take over your Snapchat, because they were asking girls in the beginning like, who wants to take over our Snapchat, and I was like cutting in, like straight in, like, and when I first did it, I was so nervous, you know what I mean? And then my first time became very, it was quite, entertaining for some people, and they asked me to come back, and I did it for like a good year, like every now and then, and I grew up to like 30,000, and then I met 66 Mag, and it's the people I work with now, and we went traveling around the world shooting, and I collaborated with amazing photographers like Orangutan, Danny DeSantos, Gavin Galv, Matthew Comer, all these amazing people, and my Instagram just grew. And from my experience, Instagram started by collaborating, and then my goal from that was realizing how much power social media had, and my goal was to consume as much of it as possible. So I guess in a sense, like, I'm trying to build as much power for myself via social media, because I want to use that power to help people and myself, obviously, and my family, and just in general. I just feel like it's just such a great way to reach out to people, and it's crazy because
How do you want to make it?
I'm sorry?
How do you want to help people?
I want to help people by being themselves. I want people to know that by really tapping into yourself, you can actually, make a business out of it. And that's what I've always done. I've always been myself. I've always posted stuff that I only liked. I've just literally tried to project anything that was in my head outside. So, because I consider myself an artist. Like, I do music. I love dancing. I love, writing, singing. I love acting. I love being in front of the camera, behind the camera. And basically, that is a career in a sense. And I guess I kind of use social media as a tool to project myself out there, and it gets me jobs. And I guess by showing that journey to people, I'm helping them realize that if I can do it, they can do it. And I think that's what it is. I feel like that's why it's so important to be real on Instagram, because then people can relate to you. Because if you're pretending to be so perfect, no one can relate to that. You know what I mean? So I think it's just really important to be as authentic as possible, whether you're mad, sad, happy, whatever the reason is. Obviously, I don't believe in, cyberbullying. I don't think anyone should use a social media platform to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's a great way to express yourself and a great way to connect with people. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what was the moment that you realized you could be successful on Instagram?
It depends what you consider what success is. What is success? Like, when you reach 1 million, when you reach 5 million, like, I can have like over 10,000 following, and if that, brings me where I want to be in life, then that's successful for me. But if I need more, or for whatever reason to be where I know I can be, then I guess that's what I would consider success. But at the moment, I'm just really enjoying what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And I just hope through what I'm enjoying, I build, and then it proves my theory.
Follow the Moti on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat.